Egon, you had asked me about how I make my chili. This is how I start. Various beans go into it. And also I'm going to have carrots of many colors. I'll have a chopped onion, a full-on garlic. Usually it's, frequently, it's a vegetarian thing. I've also got, today though, I'm going to add some hot Italian sausage as well. And then I add that's Yumiko's cake that she made last night. I'm also going to add some cumin and some, where is it? Some turmeric, sometimes a little bit. And then if I've got it, chili powder. And that's it. Pretty simple. One big pot will turn into two big pots. Yeah. Time to cook, right? Yep, right. Oh, I forgot to note that I also add this spicy stuff, shichimi from Japan. Lots of it, lots of shichimi for spice. And then this is a key ingredient right here. Ghost pepper habanero extra hot, a whole thing from Trader Joe's, but I won't add this until everything is all cooked up so I don't cook out the flavor. That's gonna be it, and just start mixing it up, and I'll start getting the rest going. Here we go. It's gonna take me about an hour to do all together. But I'll multitask. I don't usually like to multitask, but while this is cooking, I'll do some other things too. Okay, Egon, I've prepared all the garlic and chopped up all the onions. So I'll just add the garlic to the onions. Now I'm not going to completely, mince it here. Just get it enough so I can then cook it. Perfect. Now I'll cook it. Got the skillet going. A little olive oil. Just enough. Let it heat up and then get busy. Okay, I added some black pepper and this Trader Joe's 21 seasoning salute. And then I'll just go ahead and pour it in. And cook it up. Here we go. And cook it enough to make it nice, and then I'll add it to the pot of beef. Okay, just take the chopped and sauteed garlic and onions, mix them in real nice. Those seasonings will blend nicely with the cumin and the chili powder, etc. It's gonna be good. Now I'll add some filtered water in just a bit as well. So you don't heat just yet. I'm still just preparing. This is the pre-work. Next up, I'm going to prepare my organic carrots of many colors. I love that. I'll just use this much. I'll snack on these throughout the week. These are my typical snacks. I'll save those aside, and I'll just wash these and prepare them to mince, and then add to the chili. The carrots are all cut up, so put them into the food processor here. Process away, and then add it to the mix. Looking good. And process away. That's right. That's good enough. Looking good. Nicely cut up so it'll be easier to digest. I can't speak Japanese, but I do know a lot of useless words. Maze, maze, and maze. No, I'll need to add a little water now. It's getting a little thick. But I'll mix this up nicely, and then I'm going to separate it into two bowls. Next up is Trader Joe's cremini mushrooms. I'll cut these up, throw them in the processor, and then saute them a little bit. I'll get the oil going now, and then I'll have it ready to go. Okay, here's the chopped up mushrooms. Some more finely chopped than others. In they go. I won't add any seasoning to this one. I've added seasoning to I'll just get them to the nicely, not too cooked, just a little bit. What a mess I made after we need to clean the stove yesterday. Oh my God. Yeah, that's what I'm done. Okay, at this point, they're all cooked up, and I don't separate out the oil, just olive oil. And as you see, I put the chili into two pots. It's grown to be more than one pot can sustain. So I'll put it half in here, so I'll scrape out the rest. It'll be nice. Okay, now that I've got most of the vegetables in, basically, I can turn the heat on for both. They're both on. Okay, and I'm going to add a little filtered water into each. begin heating and cooking. I'll work on the meat. Stir them up, of course, and get it ready for the next step. Slow cooking for most of the morning now after this. Okay, now I'm on to the meat. We'll have the Trader Joe's hot Italian sausage. I used to make these as vegetarian, in which case I would be done at this point with the vegetarian part. Just mostly it's all beans and veggies in there right now. I've got it had it separated into 2 pots here. But since I am going to add this meat, I will then have cleaned up the whole workspace, and I've got off the meat cutting board and the meat knife. To keep those separate, I'll open this up and cut it up and then cook it. Okay, now we're cooking with oil, as they say. So it's a kind of a two-handed thing. I need to hold the skillet. I'll just get it started here, and I'll just cook this down until it's all kind of falling to pieces and well cooked. Then I'll add it 50% to each of these, and that'll pretty much be it. I'll put the lids on these and let them simmer for about an hour, hour and a half maybe, depending on how forgetful I am. Then when I'm done, I'll come back and I'll clean up the stove. That's pretty much it. I'll show you the end result in a bit. Scarface out. All right, I've just added the meat in, and I'll stir it up a little bit, and that's pretty much it. I'll cook it for maybe an hour at a low heat. I've got it nice and bubbling now. I'll reduce the temperature, and then cook it, and then I'll cover them, and then I'll come back, and it'll be pretty much done. Oh, and then of course the last thing I'll do is add the ghost salsa, which is pretty spicy, to the whole thing after it's all cooked and stirred up. That'll be the end. That's my going along chili, so to speak. Okay, here's the very last step. So I was wrong about saying it would simmer for an hour. I just kind of guess every time. I let it cook for about 10 minutes, and then I combined the two until the water went down and had this nice big fat. While it was doing that, I cleaned the kitchen. Everything is nice. I got a few little spots there. It was hot. I couldn't get that, but I'll come back for that. Clean all the space. All the dishes are put away. The sink is thing, and all the trash is bundled up. I'll take that out. The last thing I do now that it's cooled down enough is take that hot ghost chili salsa, put it on the top, and then I'll carefully mix with my mixer, and then I'll just put a lid on it, and it'll sit for the whole morning and mid-afternoon. Once it's cooled down enough, then I'll dispense it out into its small containers, ready for use for the next 2 weeks. And that is my going alone chili, straight from the kitchen here in Huntington Beach. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Be safe, but not too safe.